Hello dear students, welcome to the lecture series of Object Oriented Programming. In this lecture we are going to see introduction to the control structure, flow of control and different types of control structures. At the end of this lecture you will be able to construct basic control statements to perform the specific task, and you will be able to trace the execution of a C++ program. Let us see what is control structure. As we know that number of functions are used to pass the messages and process the data contained in the objects. A function is a setup to complete or to perform a task. When the task is too complex, then many different algorithms are designed to complete that task. When the program is complex and large, the possibility of errors is more, and those many errors are related to the format of the program basically. So the format of the program in such a way that it should be easy to trace the flow of execution of the statements, and this will help us to debug the program as well as to review and maintain the code in future as well. The way of achieving an accurate, error resistant and maintainable code is the use of control structure. Let us see what is flow of control. The order in which the statements are executed in the program is called as flow of control, or it is also referred as a control structure. Normally when the one statement is executed completely by the program, then the execution will be moved towards the next statement which is available in the program. A computer is under the control of one statement at a time, and when that statement is executed, the control will go to the next statement. Now those statements are logically or physically in the order. So depending upon whether they are in the logical order or they are in the physical order, the computer will execute those statements. Now let us see the types of control structures. The control structures are specifically divided into three. The first one is sequence, which is also called as a straight line statements. The second one is selection, that is branching structure, and the third one is loop, that is iteration or repetition structure. The selection or branching structure is further divided into two-way branching and the multiple branching. The example of two-way branching is if-else statement, and for the multiple branching we can use the switch statement. The loop statement is further divided into do-while and while or for loop. The do-while loop is the exit control loop, whereas the for and while loop are the entry control loop. The program is made up of one or more control statements, control structures, and without those control structures it is not possible to write the program. So the approach of using one or more basic control structures in the programming is known as a structure programming. C++ combines the power of structure programming with object oriented paradigm. Let us have a look on each control structure. The first one is sequence structure. In the sequence structure, one statement is in the sequence structure. When one statement is finished executing, the control passes to the next statement in the order they appear in the program physically. Okay, flow of control in the program is normally sequential, and normally the execution of the statements appears the way the statements are physically appeared in the program. For example, now I have four statements in my program: statement 1, statement 2, statement 3 and statement 4, which are physically in order. Now in that case, once the statement 1 is executed successfully, it will go to the control will go to the statement 2, and when the statement 2 is executed successfully, the control will go to the statement 3, and so on. So this is referred as a sequence structure. Now when we want a selection or branching, and when we want the computer to choose between the alternative actions, then we can use the selection statement or the branching control structure. Within the control structure we make a claim that is either true or false. We commonly refer to this claim as the branching condition. Now for example, if you observe the figure, I have a entry statement here, and after that I have condition to make the decision. If the condition which I want, if it is satisfied, then I will choose a option as a true and I will execute the action 2. But if the condition is false according to me, then I will choose the second option, that is alternative option, as a false, and I will execute the another statement, that is action 1, and after that I will go to the end statement and after that perform the action 3. So if the condition is true, the computer executes one statement, and if it is false, the computer executes the another statement. The if else and switch statements are referred as the selection control structures, and that if statement is one way of making the logical order differ from the physical order. Now here, if you observe, if the condition is true, you may go for executing the action, and if the condition is false, you may go for executing the another statement. But here the order of the statements is not sequential. The order is different from the physical order. Here the order of the statements is a logical order. Now let us move towards the next structure, that is a loop structure. The looping control structure is one way of making the logical order differ from the physical order. A loop executes the same statement, simple or compound statement, which are available in the loop block over and over as long as the condition or the set of conditions are true. Once the conditions are getting false, then the loop will be terminated. Do, while, for are the loop control structures. Now if you observe the diagram, here we have a loop entry and we have some condition. After that we need to check some condition. If the condition is true, that loop will execute, and again it will go to the loop entry, again it will check the condition. If the condition is true, again it will go to the loop entry, and continuously that loop will be executed number of times, and inside that loop you may have a simple statement or you may have a compound statement. The moment this condition will get fail, the moment this condition will get false, your loop will be terminated and you will come out of the loop and will execute the statements which are out of the loop. So this is the loop control statement. I hope you have understood the flow of control and the types of control structures. We'll meet you in the next lecture with selection control structures. Thank you. Happy learning.